Dawn of War 4 has been announced by Relic right after the definitive edition that dropped for Dawn of War 1. By the way, full playthrough of that, of the base campaign, is on the channel if you're interested. We're going to have a look at the trailer. We're going to dissect it. We're going to see what's what. We're going to pause here and there and see what is in planning. I've also watched some of the VODs that people claim to have played the game already. So I'm going to share all the information I have. If you have anything on your side, please drop it for those watching in the VOD. In the comments down below or here live with me in chat, I'm going to nerd talk a lot about Dawn of War 4, what's upcoming, and overall what is intriguing. Let's start into having a look a little bit about the trailer. There's the 4 factions going to be presented that we are going to be able to play. I guess probably through DLCs we're going to get more to the frame, but for now we have, of course, the Blood Ravens as the Space Marines, who are our main protagonists, and fun fact, have been invented specifically for Dawn of War 1 back in 2004. By the time now, the Blood Ravens are part of the lore, they're canon, they're integrated into the Warhammer 40k universe, but it's kind of funny that they've created those Marines back then just to not step on anybody's toes in terms of lore. And created them. As a series debut, we have the Adeptus Mechanicus joining in. There's some mods for Dawn of War 1, if I recall correctly, that give us access to those already, but never seen them in a Dawn of War game so far. Of course, the Orcs and the Necrons are coming back as well, because the whole story part is back at the on planet Cronus, where we're basically continuing the storyline of the Dark Crusade DLC from Dawn of War 1. We'll see. Also, fun fact, the story is by Black Library author John French. Interesting name to have, John French. But let's jump into it. The fun thing about Blood Ravens is they steal everyone's stuff. Wasn't that the Templars who did that as well?
Peggy 18.
Peggy 18.
We have fought the enemies of humanity across 1,000 worlds.
That's an orc skull.
No respite.
Oh, this looks good.
No
Whoa.
mercy.
There we go. Mechanicus. I'm very intrigued how they play, and I hope that all the factions will play very unique in their style. Librarian.
We are the wrath of the Emperor.
Somebody's getting torched.
Death. But the Imperium lies broken. Its arms scattered and reeling. Our foes rise to drag us down, and the galaxy has been torn asunder. On the world of Cronus, we make our stand. We are the Blood Ravens.
Nice details of the
There
servitors.
is no victory
Server
to
skulls.
claim here.
Bringing that.
Only vengeance to enact. While even one of us
Bring the
lives,
blanket of
we
corpse
fight.
over him. So what is intriguing about it is that we are going to get a fully storyline with the game. Around 70 hours of campaign time, and every faction now has their story arc to play. From what I've heard, they're not going the way of the Winter Soul DLC, for example, for Dawn of War 1, where you have older and evil. Everybody has you like focus on your faction and play with them. And apparently, there's also some decision making similar to Dawn of War 2, where you have specific missions where you have to decide A or B, and therefore you're gonna have different consequences for your big campaign. What I find quite intriguing. There is rumors that we might even have co-op again to play with other friends on it. Cronus, where the events of Dark Crusade take place? Exactly. That's what I said earlier. This takes place in Cronus. Exactly. It's right after the Dark Crusade campaign of Dawn of War 1. Maybe we'll play Dawn of War 1 Dark Crusade just before jumping into Dawn of War 4 on the channel.
For only in death
Ooh.
does duty end.
Fantastic. Now we're jumping to some gameplay scenes, and I think they clean up a lot. It looks fantastic. There we go. What we have typically going on here is I think we're going to jump over to the Steam page from the VOD over here, because we can see this here a little bit better and not have those titles up top. We can see our requisition points up here. How you doing, Arias? Welcome in. So what we got typically, again, is our requisition points that we can see top right, plus our energies and the requisitions, aka our max units numbers. 300 is quite big. 300 is quite big. I think 20 something was on Dawn of War 1. And I expect that we're going to see a lot of bodies, a lot of units on the field. I mean, just for the sake of down here, we can see our hero vehicles. The units is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units up here that are already deployed. Interesting, we have units in reserve and can send them down in orbital drop things. I think this will be the unique skills of the Space Marines, that you can train units on your orbital ship and send them down into the fray. I wonder if they're gonna bother again with upgrading your units in terms of numbers and have that, or if we can have them requisition only at your base. What I also like is that we're going back to Dawn of War roots. So it is, again, base building there. It is, again, finally, kind of a mix of Dawn of War 1 and Dawn of War 2, I would say. We have the base building back, and we have those squad fights that Dawn of War 2 was pretty cool for. The Crusader campaign for all factions. Not that cinematic, like the other ones. Yeah. I think the Crusade and the other DLCs from Dawn of War 1 had little cinematic pods on specific hotspots on your conquering map, but overall it's looking fantastically well. Also, no Tau on Cronus. I think Cronus was occupied by Tau, if I'm not mistaken, and they got punched back. But please, you correct me, Chad, if you know. Also, one limit instead of biomech units. Might it be for all individuals? I think also that the limitation is now put together. They're not... they tried to annex it. That was it. Okay, gotcha. We don't have the requisitions spread into... Not requisitions, the population cap spread into infantry and vehicles, like in Dawn of War 1. I can't remember if Dawn of War 2 had this already, that all is in one. But this is definitely easier, more streamlined UI. I also like how we have down here special skills and upgrades for the units. Up top, some special abilities by that. And overall, the UI looks very clean, I have to say. Very nice design. Let us jump back and see what we have rest shown on the trailer. Let me jump once back. Look at the... what was it? Plus. Look at the guy over here. I mean, it's not very detailed now because we're zooming in at the Dreadnought fighting the Scarab, the big Scarab. And have the animations going on. They have back the wonderful, wonderful ways of kind of like mocapped fighting that I loved with Dawn of War 1. So I'm curious if they're gonna get locked back into those little animations when it comes to the killing blow to get a little bit of cinematic, a little spectacle. Orcs, again, are dropping in their buildings through little flying ships coming with little rocks. You can see it on the bottom right here in a second. There we go. They just drop the building in there and then they're trying to come up with something afterwards. Overall, I'm very, very impressed with the direction we're going. I think Relic is going into the right way, combining those two things of Dawn of War 1 and Dawn of War 2 into the new installment. He was there for Dawn of War 4, Chaos Rising, and Retribution. Was he? Cyrus is also a former Death Watch member. Oh, Interesting. Imagine the pop caps for orcs, 1,000 plus. I think it will be the same, only that the cost of the units will be a lot higher. In terms of that. Also, what I could imagine is that Space Marines overall will probably have lower bodies on the field in a sense of quality instead of quantity kind of spiel. In relation to fighting ethic, the dev's intention to have unique animations for all combinations fighting against each other, fantastic. Proper cinematic combat. I mean, when you're playing RTS, you rarely have the time to go in there and look at the fight. I mean, in this scene here over here where we see the Dreadnought fight with the Scarab is it's pretty neat and intense. But yeah. I'm just happy the game got another entry after disaster. We not talk about that. We not talk about that. That game did never exist. It's Dawn of War 1, Dawn of War 2, and then Dawn of War 4. I'm not sure why they didn't call it Dawn of War 3. Very odd decision from the marketing perspective, but I don't know. Maybe we'll get like a prequel episode that is then called Dawn of War 3 again. Also, Mechanicus can field Imperial Knights. So my dispenser is erect, a fabricator general. I hear ya, I hear ya. What you can see over here for the orcs, we have some mega bust bunker, boys fort, beast snugger hut, scrap heap, mech boy workshop, covers. Oh, we can build covers now. That's interesting. A war banner, mech gun, and a bomb squid pan and Gorkanaut. Nice Gorkanaut. Love the aesthetics on the orcs as well. Looks fantastic. Looks fantastic. I hope that there will be again buildings that you can put units into to use the environment as well. And I hope for a fully destructible environment to go full on crazy there. They're mimicking Valve in avoiding the number 3. Oh, look at that. Oh, he's stomping a Mechanicus down here. These seem to be some Mechanicus units with some servitors running around, so zapping the people. On the map down here, we can see the typical requisition points and power points. Interesting. Was it Dawn of War 4 who brought in the power points? Where you need to capture points in order to generate power? Are they taking away the generator building to drop down or to conquer actual PowerPoint nodes instead of building generators? I love the massive bodies on the fields, man. Please, Relic, do have us permanent. Do let us have permanent corpses on the battlefield again. Was it 2 already who had that? Gotcha. Do we know the spec requirements? We got to go into the Steam page. Maybe there's spec requirements there as well. Is not Relic? It is not Relic. It is King Art and Deep Silver. Oh, I thought it's Relic doing that. Oh, it's the guys from Iron Harvest who are making it. That is interesting. I completely missed that. I thought it was Relic Entertainment doing it. Thank you for correcting me on that one. Hey, the Drag Lady, welcome in. I thought it was Relic doing it. I heard also that the Necrods don't need the requisition points. They're kind of like evolving by building specific buildings and are having a unique play style. And I'm very, very curious if they manage to pull off. There's the wonderful, wonderful Imperial Knights that Ottila was just earlier mentioning. I like how the orcs have a war meter. Yeah, just like in the old game. When that is full, you could just click it on Dawn of War 1, I think it was, and then all your units on the field would get a huge, huge buff. Man, he's looking fantastic. Let me zoom in on this here a little bit. The attention to detail, the mechanics, cog wheels on the back, emblems. It's looking good so far, visually. I'm kind of sad that I didn't got invited to play the demo myself as well. Is what it is. And then some orc boys. The attention to detail is fantastic. This is definitely a visual upgrade. So let's see. Do we have some specs for it? Command your unique playable factions. Fight through 70 plus epic campaign missions. Co-written by the legendary Black Library author John French. Dawn of War 4's epic story represents the biggest Dawn of War saga to date in solo or co-op play. Okay, so co-op play is here confirmed. We can play together the missions. That's fantastic. The series returns its roots with classic Dawn of War gameplay and combat systems designed to bring Warhammer 40k's bloodthirsty combat to life like never before. Fantastic. We have no requirements yet. Coming soon. Mechanics of Necrons is finally a thing. That will be intriguing if they can manipulate one another in terms of the mechanics using their hacking skills or vice versa. The Necrons overriding the mechanics apparatus just like that. But overall, Dawn of War 4 looks very, very intriguing. Again, I like that we're gonna get 70 plus missions for that. One of the 70 plus missions are combined by all of the factions. So each faction is getting like a set of, I don't know, 25 missions to play through. And that you can play it in co-op, just like Dawn of War 2. Sounds intriguing. And I'll be totally down to play this together with maybe a fellow content creator together and team up on that. I'm definitely intrigued. This goes straight up here to the wish list and is, I think, one of my favorite announcements from the Gamescom and the trailers. Other than that, I think that's it. 2026, we're getting this. Publishers Deep Silver, developers King Art, exactly. And we are continuing the story on Coronas right after the Dark Crusade from Dawn of War 1. Only that's 2026 we know. Only that. I wonder what you guys think about it. What you would like to see from Dawn of War 4. And hopes and wishes. Hopes and wishes. 2006 is so far. It is. It is. Let's watch the trailer one more time.
Peggy 18.
We have fought the enemies of humanity across 1,000 worlds. No respite, no remorse, no mercy. We are the wrath of the Emperor, his angels of death. But the Imperium lies broken, its armies scattered and reeling. Our foes rise to drag us down, and the galaxy has been torn asunder. On the world of Cronus, we make our stand. We are the Blood Ravens. There is no victory to claim here, only vengeance to enact. Whilst even one of us lives, we fight. For only in death does duty end.
We finally have a release date. October 21st, Warhammer. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is coming out. I'm kind of in controversy with the 2 DLCs that are hidden behind paywall in terms of clan members or clans that you can choose in character creation. But overall, not too bothered behind it. The interesting direction or perspective of the game is that we are playing a character who has a kind of split personality. There's another entity living within your brain. Shout out to Cyberpunk 2077 with Silverhand. we have a Malkavian detective who's going to live inside of us, named Fabian, Fabian. And you're going to jump between those two when during daylight your vampire is sleeping. We're having kind of like backflash dreams with Fabian and gonna play from him. The whole game is in first person. It's kind of like more of like action RPG. I'm curious how deep it will go in terms of the RPG mechanics, or if it will be anything drawn from the tabletop or the World of Darkness universe in terms of designing what kind of powers and what not our vampire will have. I predict it's probably gonna have a lot of action-orientated things rather than a deep dive CRPG-like complex character creation that is gonna go on. Playable clans on the base game are Bruja, Tremere, Banu Hakim, Ventru, and La Sombra and Tol Reador are gonna be premium or paid DLC content in terms of expanding on the vampire clans that you can play. Overall, it's gonna be a kind of like noir detective vibe. We're gonna be in a snowy what was it? In a snow-soaked Seattle. And jumping between our main protagonist and the Malkavian detective, Fabian. Jerv, welcome in. Hello. How you doing? Salutations. Let's have a look at the reveal trailer and the new gameplay footage that we have been shown. I am a little bit skeptical of the quality of the game itself because it's shared so many hands and has been thrown from one developer to the other. But I'm excited that we finally have, a final date, a final release time, and get our hands for it. Let's hope it had enough time in the oven and we get a fully polished game, even if it's maybe lacking in terms of in-depth lore and whatnot. We'll see how strong they are in terms of being close to the lore source.
So weary is the wanderer that treads on the fertile
He's looking good.
soil.
Your reputation is legend.
The city flowered in fire.
Pretty
and
powerful
in
punch.
Fire she will end.
Don't listen.
It looks like we're some sort of sleeping entity, a very powerful vampire that slept through quite a lot of time periods. I'm curious where our protagonist is from, like what kind of time period he is living. We're gonna be an elder vampire. If I think pyre, it's the terminology for that. Been a long time. Hope we get a good Werewolf the Apocalypse game as well. Would be nice. There was an attempt towards that direction, but oh boy, was it not that good. There's been Fabian and Fire. Okay, that's probably the name of the protagonist. Werewolf above vampires.
This is something. Fire, can you? Oh, guess I found my body.
Detective, is there something you need?
I think this is an interesting premise of jumping between those two characters' perspective and experiencing those two story arcs.
Was the case? Hot leads, cold bodies, reheated plots.
I'm also curious how strong the
Oh my!
craziness of the Malkavian will
I think
be.
I know what you are.
They say trouble comes in pairs, detective. Trouble comes in pairs.
This doesn't look good. It's daylight.
You are not the only one who has had strange dreams. I see a garden, and I have met someone.
But that would mean...
Who is he?
Whoa.
It brought you here, my fire. My fire.
October 21st, coming out. Intriguing. I'm down for it. I'm curious how long the game will be. I am totally okay if the game is short, around, I don't know, 10 hours. But we have and get high, intense quality for that experience and time experience. Let's jump also to the part of Fabian that is being also shown.
My name's Fabian. I am a vampire, Malkavian by blood. I work for Benny.
I've heard of you.
Kind of very relaxed and normal as a Malkavian. If I'm not mistaken, Malkavians had the brink of insanity, possibilities and powers to see into the future, into the past, and you know, having a struggle to keep a straight mind.
All good things, I hope.
I have heard of you.
And I was, and still am, a detective.
Fabian, are you out on the trail of a conspiracy? Why am I asking? With you, it is always a conspiracy.
Matter of fact, I just started a new case.
It's a curious one. There's a girl.
Isn't there always?
Figure it out, Fabian.
Hey there, big ears. What have you been listening to?
Hey, detective. Yeah, I might have heard a thing or two.
You know, Fabian, sometimes I'm not sure how
Was
you
that
keep
Peter
your
Griffin?
job.
Just unlock the door for you. What are you hiding?
These are not the druids you're looking for. Okay, we have a lot of mind manipulation things. There's a lot being RPG like Bloodlines was, more like a Dishonored-like experience. Kill Carnage previewed it yesterday for 3 hours. Large life, interesting. Man, why are we not that big that we can get those exclusive access to games to highlight it and showcase it? Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. That's shout out to you guys. If you're watching this on the tubes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And for you guys who will be live, follow the channel, share it, tell it, serve the people. But given experience, their curves were very different. Some could be your textbook insane, some hyper fixated thinking, and some who they're not. And someone who they're not. Okay. That's intriguing. That's intriguing. I did larger life all the way. Welcome in.
Why the hell would it matter what you remember, Fabian? It's not like you can change the world.
You don't really know me at all, do you, Detective?
So it was not a cliche. They're all insane with the Malkavians. They have different angles of that. I always thought that Malkavians are completely bonkers in their head. It's basically him always being at the cusp of unraveling some grand conspiracy. It looks like it. I'm glad it's not the old-timey RPG game. Dishonored like fits the power fantasy for being a bloodsucker much more. You think so, Gamescom? I mean, it's probably a taste of gameplay and whatnot. I would be totally down for a turn-based experience, top-down, isometric, and have the cutscenes in this kind of like way presented in terms of like first-person drive-through, face-to-face interactions when you have a talk with somebody, and then when it's going to controls, go back to isometric and have turn-based combat and deep RPG things, but don't have to be, of course. But yeah. It's a very polished state, so it'll be a good RPG action game. Yeah. Do we have a solid that is in polished states, or do we just have the first 2 hours who are looking very good? Because the problem with what I see is probably that the beginning will be very fledged out, and the more we go towards the end, the stronger we'll see that there is, you know, lack of quality, lack of polishing, because it was in so many kitchens and so many cooks have stirred into the pot of Bloodlines 2. But let's hope that Paradox as a publisher has a good hand above it and that we get a quality product delivered. I love the first Bloodlines, so expect to be disappointed. Is that so, Somna? I will go open-minded into it, but yeah. Eye testing said what I saw in the preview. Gotcha. Gotcha.
I could be a torturer, a mobster, a serial killer. But you never did notice me, did you?
Did you kill Detective for a cigarette?
Oh boy. But I'm very intrigued between this personality split to experience more or less 2 story arcs at the same time and to see Seattle burn again. Well, be prepared to have definitely a lens play going on for Bloodlines 2 here. We're going to dive into it. We're going to play it. and then hopefully help you decide if you enjoy it, want to tackle it your own as well, or save a coin and not do it. Quick question though, what is your favorite vampire clan and why? I'll be quite intrigued by that. And what do you think of this angle with the Malkavian being in your head as a detective? It seems also with Bloodlines 2, getting a little bit of nice character customizations in terms of appearance. Is that a way that I can just change my appearance on the go? How I see fit? But, oh wow. All kinds of different styles. Looking good. These glasses, when I see them, I always have to think of that superhero, Daredevil. The blind dudes. It also looks like we are getting 3 editions. Not a fan of these editions. Base Bloodline, Deluxe Edition, and Premium Edition. I wonder what the difference is between the Deluxe and the Premium. So the Deluxe Edition has the base game, has the cores in their base. Apparently you can make like a memory where you can decorate your stuff. Haven decor. A stop sign. So, question to you. Why do I want to pay 10 euros more just to have a stop sign, neon lights in my Haven whatsoever? And then the premium one, who's 20 euros more, 30 euros more even, that gets the La Sombra as a clan and the Toreador. I guess the whole production costed so much money that they had to split this up to milk more out of it. I mean, it's kind of like a Paradox policy as well to go crazy on the DLCs and have for every little nitty-bitty a paid DLC out of it. I'm pretty sure that just for this exclusive sphere, a lot of the people will go for the premium edition just to have access to those other clans as well. Not a big fan of it. Not a big fan of it, but I'm totally okay with just a base game without any special to it. Imagine XCOM, you know, right? I have you there, right? Think of XCOM and now put XCOM into the setting of the Viking era without the aliens, of course. It's going to be in typical Viking storyline, but hi there, Zergling. But set in medieval Viking times. I'm not sure the time period exactly what's happening and how historically accurate it will be, but overall, Norse Oath of the Blood is looking fantastically well done, and I'm down for it. We're gonna have our base buildings going on. We have character progression. We have different classes. We have different weapon styles. A lot of customization, and I would love to share more with you, but I'm not sure how far I can go into detail sharing, and I'm allowed to share because I've played the game already quite a long time. I think I have like 4 hours into the game or so, and I'm test playing it for Tripwire. I don't think I'm allowed to share anything deeper than what we see. So no, we're not talking about Silksong. We're talking about Norse Oath of Blood. Let's have a look at the story trailer to get like a premise.
It is a strange crew which sets out on the sea road.
What the story is about.
No one.
We have these two siblings, the blonde guy and the blonde lady, who are part of a family, and there's a whole blood feud happening, and they have to set out to, you know, survive. And
would expect the gods to cast an eye upon this little vessel.
I'm liking it already.
We have been betrayed.
Together, we will destroy this Steinar for his treachery.
Let's get
Steinar
this
for his
shit-buckets
treachery.
going.
Build a settlement, exactly.
Gunnar, I want to talk to you, and I think you'll like it.
There we go. We have the forge who's doing all kinds of billings and parts for you.
This will fit beautifully.
Wait, let's go back.
You like it?
This will fit beautifully.
There we go. We're starting blank on the parts of nothing but a huts, and you have to decide how you expand your village. I'm not sure if you're going to be under time pressure, but there's definitely the XCOM vibe of base building with a lot of resources. We have over here food. Food will go down periodically as your time progresses forward, so you have to be making sure that you are either collecting food, maybe buying, maybe hunting, maybe whatsoever. We have all kinds of different resources, what we can see, and all kinds of different projects and decisions, not decisions, sections where you can, min-max around and decide what to do there in terms of, build stuff at the blacksmith, send the huntsman out for scavenging for food, and overall plan and decide for our thriving little settlement in which direction we're gonna go. Over here you can see turn 34. Keep in mind, this is pre-alpha. So as it says down here, content subject to change. This is not the final verdict yet. But overall, story-wise, this is the spiel. There's a blood feud that you and your sibling want to revenge the betrayal of Steinar against your family.
There is something about you, kormakrtv.
It's a mix between real-time exploration and interacting with items and picking up items and scavenging stuff and interacting with the world. And then it goes into turn-based combat where positioning is important. You have your front tiles, front, left, and right. That is like frontal. You can have flanking attacks if you're positioning them here to the left or right. Or if you attack them from behind, it's, straight up damage without the chance of blocking or whatnot if you have for shield, for example.
Perhaps it is the favor of the gods that I sense.
Take revenge.
Your woman hits me harder when she's riding my serpent.
Oh, that was a nice combo. He pushed the enemy into your friendly units, and if you do that, then both units do like a little plunging attack from both sides at that target. Valhalla can wait.
I will kill him. I swear it. Steinar Farspia will die.
Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. Norse Oath of the Blood. Be sure, be 100% sure that we are going to do a full playthrough of this wonderful XCOM-like game. This looks my cup of tea. Last verdict, same. That was the story teaser. I have something more prepared for you, the official gameplay, where it goes a little bit deeper into gameplay. I love that it's very gritty when it comes to combat. You have this kind of like finishing animations.
So strong.
What we can see here, we have action points systems, HP with different classes. You can see over here with axe and shield and the arrow being shield and board, archer, two-handed weapon, to one-handed weapon. These kind of classes we can see.
Prove yourself. Gunnar, have you come to start work on my smithy?
This place will soon start to feel
There
like
we go.
home.
Yeah, love it.
We'll get a good price.
Nice base building.
Left alive. We are the store. A fine choice, Gunnar.
See that change? I love this visual progression with your characters that happen also in XCOM. What I really loved when you start with normal soldiers. And then here, Pam into fully fledged out Viking Raider warriors with laminar armor, clothing,
The first man I
and a lot of customizations you can see. Choose your own pattern on the shields, or weaponry, forging around here.
kill, I'm taking his shoes.
First man I kill, I take his shoes. Oh my
Face
god.
me if you dare.
Give them iron! Give
Oh!
them death!
Yes. I'm not sure I'm allowed to share this, but it has ragdolls. I'm gonna share this. It just feels amazing when after the finisher, the just body flops. It's fantastic. I can't wait. Tripwire, please give this game to us. I'm not sure. Do we have a release date for this? 2025 it comes out. Publishers Arctic Hazard. Publishers Tripwire, developers Arctic Hazard. And we're playing as Gunnar, who's exiled after the Steinar Faspear murders Jarl Gripr. And you have to rebuild your village, gather allies, and take revenge. We have turn-based combats, with settlement management, with warband customization, and overall, it looks very tactical. And it's kind of like a min-maxing warband and role-playing mixed with turn-based XCOM-y fighting. It added 15 games to your wishlist during the Gamescom opening event. Overall, it's looking fantastic. Norse Oath of the Blood. Let's jump into the Steam page really quickly over here. Here's it in chat. Feel free to copy it or wishlist it if you haven't already. For those watching this on YouTube, you'll get the link to the game. Anyways, but yeah, Blood Feuds, tactical Viking combat, settlement production, cool story, nice Unreal Engine mechanics, visuals, I mean, and overall, I am hooked, and I'm pretty excited to hopefully share more of this soon with you. Planned release date this year. I don't mind if they push it to 2026. I see already some people from chat. Izzy is here. Zoltar, Impkeeper, Draz, my mod. I have already put it on wish lists. Love it. Love it. Did this intrigue you, Norse Oath of the Blood? Or is this something you'd rather skip and not interested at all in terms of tactical combats, settlement building, and XCOM vibes? I'm curious. Some might have heard, some might have not, but The Expanse from the books and TV show is getting its own game. It's called Osiris Reborn, done by Owlcat Games, my dear friends who have also created Wrath of the Righteous from Pathfinder, Kingmaker from Pathfinder, and also Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, and are now on their first kind of like third-person action RPG, very much inspired by Mass Effect. I also had a wonderful interview with the level designer, and forgot exactly what sections she's in terms of the production, but there's a fantastic interview. Feel free to check it out. Maybe don't forget and link it up there for those watching the video to click on it to check out the deep dive. We got lots of talk in terms of mechanics and whatnot. But yeah, we're playing in third person. We are leading a squad in this action RPG in the Expanse universe, as inspired by and kind of like the style of Mass Effect, you could say. There's going to be a lot of romances, choices, and crew dynamics. The timeline itself spans around Season 1, mid-season to mid-season 3, the pre-ring kind of era. Game will come out on PS5, Xbox, and PC. Date is not yet out there. And we're going to jump into the kind of like a little bit of announcement trailer and environment showcase that has been announced here now on the Gamescom. Overall, we are part of the Brinkwater Security. We are a mercenary group, so to say, and we're going to be able to create and recruit all kinds of crew members. Combat and whatnot will be in real time, and we are also having a sort of twin mechanic for us, where we can create like a clone. I'm not sure if it's a clone or a twin of us, but that whole perspective is also sounding quite intriguing. There's got to be different backgrounds that you can choose for your character that will play into the story-heavy mechanics and decision-making on your goer. So far, the companions that are revealed is Zafar and Michael. More is going to be teased probably around them closer to release, but that's what we know. Let's jump into the environment showcase and what a little bit of story itsy-bitsy they've shared so far.
Ground control to Private J.
It's looking really good.
Says you daydreaming again? I am. see, so we just need to shoot a few more unlucky bastards, and done. Us two merry mercs can finally have some shore leave.
Section
Where are
A.
you hoping we dock? How about Ganymede?
Yeah, we had Pink Water Force, so we're part of that organization.
Fresh veggies from the domes, no damn tube protein. And some cranky Martian Marines itching for a fight with their UNN counterparts. I'll pass. Other options?
This looks really good. Nice play of lighting.
Series? Might look a bit grim sometimes. And OPA extremists are working overtime to set the station on fire. But it is the largest port in the belt.
Seeing all these light plays, I wonder if they go in terms of tech, in terms of tech being the latest stuff of ray tracing, lumen technology. Because if I'm not mistaken, this is done in Unreal Engine, and I'm curious if we're gonna get even more fledged out visuals down the road. This is very early, so everything we see here will be most likely changed, more polished, more fledged out. So definitely, I'm hyped already from what I see, but I think we're gonna see even better visuals as the game is coming closer to
Bar
release.
guide the size of the UNN's desk jockey manual.
But all this looks really good.
You told me you were tired of bars just yesterday. I said I'm tired of drinking with Luciana. She remembers too much and me too little. Forget series then.
Quite nice environments. I'm curious if you can
My
switch the
suggestion?
camera
Eros.
to left and right. The Expanse of Series Reborn. Wishlist spam. Let's jump to the announcement trailer and have a look at that. The Gemini Frigates Rescue Mission, Astrid builds. I love that the universe itself has thought about how space travel could work and make it as realistic and plausible as possible in terms of physics, in terms of, mainly in terms of physics, how it would work in terms to maneuver mass from A to B. That because there's no traction out there, that the trajectory after a little bit of a thrusted impulse goes indefinitely into certain directions.
Zafar, pull up NavTech.
Just a sec. Got it.
Taki. We gonna find out about your Kopang right quick, okay?
Just want to do him justice. Stuck his neck out for us. Least we can do is get him out alive.
We've got big enough guns to make justice, all right?
Oh, Michael. To a man with a hammer, just about everything looks like a nail.
Aim for show. Time to say oh yeah with our hammer.
Missile range in 1 minute.
Let's crank up the audio a little bit.
Going for a spin.
Not bad, not bad. Very excited for what this is going to do with this. We can see here already some potential mechanics and the skills that we can use. Magnetic boots. It's also going to show us some sort of classes.
Zafar, did you get a signal?
After the large haul down this corridor,
That is what members will have.
Part of the facility. Long time before our arrival.
Fine. Let's deal with those guys first.
He's, for example, I guess, probably some sort of engineer using all kinds of technology, like this rocket grenades mix. Smoke screen. Again, magnetic boots on the ceiling. Very badass.
In your Loda. They never look up. Zafar, you were right. They shut down this.
Wait!
Different types of enemies. Sniper rifle dude we're gonna see. Now, it looks like we're gonna have some sort of tanky class. Because he's going up with a shield.
I need backup.
Hold on, I'm coming. I'll cover you.
And again, the engineer dropping some gadgets. A little drone that can shoot. And forward jet, pokeball. Shoulder cannon.
I can't see shit from here.
The bird up high shall be thine eyes.
Explosives and what is an action RPG without your typical red barrels that you can shoot to explode, right?
What the hell happened here?
Hey, buddy.
Uh-oh. Bonus points for those who know what is happening here. I think this will be quite the experience. The whole game. Gonna be a hot year, 2026 or 2027, whenever this is launching. We saw there a little cover system. Let me see if I can pull it back up. Here. So I guess it's gonna be this typical, yeah, Mass Effect-y thing where you can look at different covers, press a button, and your character automatically runs there to hit the next cover. Kind of like Gears of War style. Exciting what Allcat has in store for us with this action RPG. And yeah, definitely gonna bring out more to you if I know more in terms of maybe proper classes, breakdown of their companions that we can have, and if you get more intel on the story arc, I'm gonna dive deeper into that as well. The Expanse, Osiris Reborn. Fallout Season 2 is coming to us December 17th this year. It's going to start, I think, with 3 episodes right away, and then 1 weekly that we're going to get to enjoy. We have our returning leads of Anna Perlin, Walton Goggins, and Aaron Moten. And also Mr. House is going in, aka because the premise of the story will be in New Vegas, aka Vegas. If I'm not mistaken, was Fallout New Vegas with Mr. House still alive or already gone? I can't remember exactly. It's been a while. Also, we can see the iconic Deathclaw in the trailer and some other iconic positions. Bonus points for those who spots them and can shout them out while we look through it.
I'm looking for someone.
Do you guys think that our protagonist is gonna be staying good?
Or someone you hate?
Or become evil?
What a great question. What say you, Miss McClane?
Mrs. McClane. Speaking of Fallout Season 2, you really should play Fallout New Vegas before watching this season.
You want to know why the world ended? It started here with one man.
Oh, man. I wonder if the storyline or story arc in terms of time, where it's set. Like, are we playing before New Vegas happened, after New Vegas happened? And what kind of factions will be present?
The cry.
Cooper Howard, star of the silver screen.
This definitely looks like pre-bomb time.
I am the very best.
Oh! Oh! I remember this dude. Our little robot coming around, being the good cowboy, helping you. for a courier.
And what I do
There's Mr. House.
is I know everything.
Man, this looks amazing.
I know there's a war coming.
The Brotherhood of Steel.
The bombs will only be the beginning.
Oh, the Caesar Legion. The motel with the dino in the back where you meet your companion with the sniper rifle.
My concern is that you would do just about anything to save your family. I think you are actually quite a violent man. You just don't want to kill me yet.
Nice wall attack. Oh.
Let's get lucky, shall we?
Wow. Oh, the vet.
I defer to you about what to do in this situation.
Wow. Should be before the game. If I remember correctly, Mr. House actually dies in the game. I think he's not there yet. He's like in a computer, if I recall correctly. You played it? I thought you said I haven't played 3 and New Vegas before starting the TOTW. No, I haven't played them. I haven't played them. But of course, you're not free of spoilers nowadays since the game is out there for such a long time. So I know of the companion of the sniper dudes in the diner up there in the motel that you can meet. I know of Mr. House. And if I recall correctly from what I've seen, Mr. House is a talking computer, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong, though. As I said, I just saw bits of gameplay from Fallout 3 in New Vegas. Speaking of, should we do New Vegas at some point? Yes or no? For a first playthrough? He's not? Do you want actual spoilers? No. No. Maybe yes? No? I don't know. You know what? You can say. You can say. After the game, there shouldn't be a robot or Mr. House, if I remember right. Gotcha. Depending on the ending. Yeah, of course, there's multiple endings. I take it. Fallout London, by the way, fantastic modded Fallout 4 experience that I can highly recommend. So far, my most favorite Fallout experience that I had. Although I have to say I haven't played New Vegas yet. I haven't played Fallout 3 modded and Fallout 4 London. I've not played Fallout 4 itself, nor did I play Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas. I did play Fallout 1, 2, and Tactics, though. But that doesn't mean Mr. House is alive or dead. They already changed some lore stuff here and there, so whatever suits them will be in the series, really. Fair enough. You know, the kind of like what fits the series best and what would drive the narrative best and what is most exciting to watch doesn't have to be accurate to the games necessarily. You can deal with Mr. House in the game in whatever way you see fit. Guess the series would reveal whatever ending is canon, if any. Fair point. Well, I'm definitely excited for Fallout 4 and definitely gonna give it a watch. First season was already chef's kiss. This one is a mouthful, my dear Vikings. Planetenverteidigungskanonenkommandant, in short PVKK, has been announced during the Gamescom show, and it's basically you being an operator on a planetary defense thing. It's kind of like an simulation where you have to do the screw drivings, do all kinds of calculations on your monitor and the screens and cogwheels, and basically just, control a huge planetary defense cannon and shoot things down while you rinse and repeat Without further ado, let's hop into the announcement trailer, have a look what we see here, and then talk a little bit about it.
Product not yet rated.
Also, it's in development, and a German game.
Good morning, Commander.
Good morning, Commandant.
I hope you've settled
Oh, the
in
music is
all right
good.
and are well rested. The cooperative state has honored
This reminds me of Shipwrecker and some of the other ones. Planetary Defense Cannon Commander. You can say so, yeah. But in German, it sounds funnier.
me with the supervision of your well-being. Get you back up to speed before our lives are on the line.
So you're basically living in this little bunker. You have to maneuver your planetary defense, set up all of its systems, directions, and everything looks to be interactable on the screen that you can see. So I guess we're gonna have to do a lot of fine-tuning on these mechanics. There's a little city down there. This is our planetary cannon, and we're setting the angle. Fire! Oh my goodness! Blink! We shot something down.
Glad to see you've not lost your touch.
We're getting a T. Primed for duty. And a special T. T festivity. I think this sounds like some sort of like very boring stationary job to do.
Multiple separatist vessels approach.
Get a little bit
They
of
wish to eliminate this facility.
separatist
Destroy
vessels.
them before they do.
I have a feeling that we are actually, oh my goodness, a moment to stop this. We're actually the bad guy here, and the separatists and whatnot is, you know, gonna be the people who want to fight oppression, and you're just shooting down their vessels. How many wrong lever jokes this game gonna have while streams? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, this looks really good. See, there we go. Some screw driving over there. Wow. We gotta do so many things wrong. I can't wait to test this out with you guys.
Be sure to drink your health-giving tea and enjoy it.
Again, angle. Fire. Belong. Very satisfying bing. Again, shooting, tea drinking. Waking up, shooting, tea drinking. Oh, what's there? It says a camera in there. Do not trust the regime. Do you think you're free? That you choose to come here to serve? I can help you. Keep your eyes open. I will contact you again. A. Oh. Oh, the outdoor is closed. There's something writing down there. Wichtig. Important. Something in German. Okay, there's apparently malfunctions happening as well in our things. And it looks like we didn't play too good. Achtung. Use alarm. Prime. Oh, it's not looking good. Oh my goodness
Days
gracious.
fly by when you love what you do.
Wait, is he playing Dome Keeper? I think he plays Dome Keeper in the game. Planetenverteidigungskanonenkommandant. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I want to check if we can find... Yeah, he's playing Dome Keeper. There it is. Dome Keeper on the screen. Wait, can I show this here? With like plus... There we go. Dome Keeper. Yeah, that is Dome
Fly
Keeper.
by when you love what you do.
That is Dome Keeper. I wonder if I can find what is writing down there. Generate enough energy, focus and log on signal on your radar, load prime chamber ammunition, aim lock and arm your weapon, clear the chamber. You're the shield of humanity. 5 steps to harmony. Oh.
Be sure to drink your health-giving tea and enjoy it.
Okay, there's not that warning thing. I thought we could read that, but yeah. Planetenverteidigungskommandant is being announced and looks hilariously good by Big and Pits, published by Kepler Interactive, and we're definitely gonna experience this together. We're in immersive cockpit, deep narrative, customization upgrades, improve that, atmospheric settings, enjoy the unique blend of cozy yet oppressive bunker environments, multiple endings as well, and a hidden secret. Uncover bit by bit what's going on outside of the bunker through engaging the escape room style puzzles. Very intriguing. Very, very intriguing. I can wait. This must be quite an interesting experience. The Planetenverteidigungskanonenkommandant. Say this out loud 3 times in a row. And I don't know. Maybe I give you a gifted sub. Insane. How dare you not have wishlisted Crimson Desert already, Jack? How dare you? We got some more intel on Crimson Deserts. Looks like we're getting a little bit of gameplay. Gonna watch this together and see what we can see there. Crimson Desert itself is an open world action adventure about a guy called Cliff and his Greymanes. And we're gonna play in the war-torn continent of Pywell. Game is very flashy in terms of combats. There's kind of like very wild and side effects and sparklies. If you're into that, definitely keep an eye out for Crimson Deserts. If it's not for you, maybe it's like too much visual explorations. They pushed it back to Q1 of 2026. And overall, we have the story bit is all around the desert, not the desert, the mercenary company called the Greymanes. That are having some sort of rivalry against the Drunken Blood Bears. The current demo arc heads towards Kalfane to find an ally called Onka. That's most likely going to be seen here. And the combat is like top-notch melee mixed with martial arts. You can freaking do all kinds of wrestling moves in there. Probably also in, I think it's called DDT, the one from John Cena. And other wild combinations you can do. In terms of other than that, we don't know a lot. Like, is the story good? Is going to be the leveling system good? Or is it just fancy, sparkly looking combat hidden behind an flat game mechanic? But I'm okay if the combat itself is action-packed and there's a good story to it. I don't necessarily need a leveling system or progressing system to keep me drived if the story hooks me. Well, yeah, with no further ado, let's hop into Crimson Deserts and have a look in the new gameplay that has been revealed.
We have to hurry.
Visually, it's not looking bad. It reminds me a little bit of...
To support the Marquis.
The Lord of the Rings game.
We have nowhere to turn.
Shadow of Mordor or something like that.
The Duke sent me.
We were expecting you. This way.
How's the situation?
Or Dragon's Dogma.
I've got the broad strokes.
It's all bad news, I'm afraid. The odds weren't in our favor to begin with, and now there's a mutiny within. There's a high chance the enemy will take the castle.
Remember HP bar, bottom left, something with green. I don't know what that means. I love the minimalistic HUD. I don't like a lot of stuff out there. Visually, I thought we gotta go a little bit better. It looks like either not polished yet, but there's, I don't know, it's not breathtaking, I would say. I'm totally with you, Jack. Story above everything else. Like, if the story is good, I close an eye for bad game mechanics or whatnot.
If Marquis Lanford falls, then the entirety of Hernan will be in danger.
Marshal, preparations are complete.
Good voice acting so far.
Understood.
We even have
one of my men is on the front lines.
A time frame.
My scouts say he's fighting in the keep.
A weather prediction. Sunny.
I'd expect nothing less.
Marshal.
5.5 Celsius. That's
We've
quite
lost
cold.
Another outpost to the Black Bears.
I see. Greymane, your comrade is likely holding out in the keep with the Marquis.
I've got to get to him.
Going in alone, given the present situation, would be...
It's with Skyrim vibes.
The enemy has seized our outposts and constructed watchtowers. Approaching won't be easy. If you must go now, you'll need to use the cannons to clear your path.
Marshal, we've been waiting for you.
Yeah, medieval armor and the coat of arms definitely will be colorful and kind of like jumping out of there. But yeah.
We need more tents to treat the wounded.
Show us how it's done.
Parkin, welcome in. Hey, dude.
Make it happen.
How's attention to details?
The battlefield awaits, Greymane.
Around the group?
I hope you know I'd rather you didn't go, but seeing as it's you, I know you'll go anyway.
Aye.
Join the artillery unit. Their cannons are set and
I like the
ready.
setting and the clothes of our protagonists. There's definitely some Viking aesthetics and vibes. These guys have some sort of Modern Europe fantasy vibes of armor. The symbol on the banner, the left-hand one, reminds me of France. That weird three-angled floral thingy.
Best of luck.
The wounded are coming.
Why do we have only one arrow? Maybe we don't have more.
I beg you.
Okay, this I'm not a fan of. Mini map that shows me the exact way towards my destination. I'm not a fan of quest markers and whatnots. I don't want the game to take my hand and showing me big and wide where I have to go. Give me hints, like this mountain. There is, I don't know, and weird naked-looking oak tree at the top of it, and give me like some points of interest that I have to figure out where to go myself. But yeah, I'm an old school gamer. What? We're just jumping and turning into freaking flying. What are we? Doctor Strange?
Everything went to shit in the blink of an eye.
It was like this is pretty good.
Still, better we're living in the muck than buried in it.
Trying to catch a glimpse on all the runes embedded in the shoulder piece. If we have a nice close-up, I'll pause and maybe can somebody translate the runes on the shoulder. Ooh.
Aim for those smoking watchtowers and fire!
Using environments. Oh, nice. Environmental destruction. Always love that. Ah, detective mode. What is this, Witcher? There was a closer up earlier. Remind me and we're gonna jump back to that. Okay, we definitely have some wild magical powers. Plonk.
Just like that. Well, we're counting on you.
We understand. Please tell me this is not like a fast travel point similar to Assassin's Creed fast travel points. Okay. Very sparkly when it comes to the combat. Excuse me, holy crap. Okay, definitely power fantasy. Our character is over the top strong. We switch to sword and boards. He's doing some druidic magic, what it looks like. Oh, that's what that plan is about. It's got magic abilities that we can use that need time to recharge. I see. Switching to ice. Thunder enchantments. Okay, so we have the elements on our sides. We did destroy the tower. Looked our objective. I mean, visually in light play, it's looking very stunning. Elements combo as well. like a berserker. Yeah, whoop his ass, berserker. I always find it hilarious when the playtesters or showcase testers are getting their ass whooped or lose to the game. I saw something that looks like a perfect block. Jesus. Doesn't look good.
Oh, we got those fuckers good. Thanks to you. Happy to help.
What is that currency on the top right? The feather and the coin.
Greybane, we've been looking for you.
Yeah, I'm not hooked either yet. It feels like the whole combat animation is all over the place. It's not like wow.
This hamlet
in a sense.
not fall.
Not like WoW in a sense. I don't know. It's missing something. Definitely some time to bake still until next year. Chris TV, how you doing? Welcome in. Thank you for the rates. Welcome in, readers. Servus. We're just watching a Gamescom trailers and announcements. So join in. Nehmt sich was zum Trinken, setzt euch hin. Viel Spaß. Crimson Desert is on the menu right now. Virgo. I like that it's gritty and brutal and bloody.
That Uncoat's taken the castle.
And Stefan?
I'll have to take it back.
Let's bring in some food as well, Chris. Oh!
Won't be easy. Once you're against it.
Traitors! Insults to the kingdom! Stefan Lambert kneels to no pretender! Tenth, you're alive!
Definitely big Fire Fantasy on our protagonists.
All right, I'll protect my men beyond the wall.
Neowolf, grüß dich, welcome in.
You're a hard one to kill, Greymane.
Okay, looks like we have some boss finds as well in this one.
That lout, Stefan Lanford.
Big Morgenstern.
Then this is your hand! Even after your defeat,
Looks like there's oil on the ground. Can you burn that? I mean, he just used fire, so doesn't look like it. Diego, danke fürs Follow. Welcome aboard. Cassius Morton. He seems to have a stamina bar that either fills up and you can then use some sort of special move on him. No, it fills up with every hit. Okay, so what it's full, you're probably going to be able to execute a special move on the boss. Ooh, environmental destruction. Some pillars came down. Very cinematic finding. Jesus. But the response of the combat looks kind of like all over the place, if you ask me. There's no real nice connection between the hit itself, maneuvering. It feels like that's standard combat module that you get from Unreal Engine Marketplace. Yeah, that needs to be, I think, worked upon. There we go. The bar has been filled up. He's using the pillar to make a Jedi trick. Okay, he's grabbing it and he's using it to hit him with it. Wow, that was a lot of damage. Thank you, Dragon Leader, for greeting the readers. mean, it's very cinematic, very Asian style. Oh, wow.
Wait! Hear me!
Oh! Excuse me. He wanted to talk himself out of that? Yeah, that's what I like. It's very brutal. Traitor shield acquired.
Where do you think you're going? Pathetic cunt!
Oh boy.
Dealt with. Good. It's over then? Mostly.
That was the last of them.
Brutality can also be a selling point. Definitely is for me.
It was a hard one, but...
Milord, a message. The remaining enemy forces are fleeing north.
We'll hunt them down. Cliff, on behalf of the shields, light the beacon of victory. And when all is said and done, let's have a drink.
Story looks intriguing so far. Not so sure what I should do about this flying thing. Looks like some sort of wannabe Zelda Breath of the Wild traversal. Since the world is so full and long and big, I take it you want this kind of potential of traversing around. And Shrouded did it too? Yeah. I mean, Shrouded is a survival game, so... What's that? Okay, it's like some sort of... Interhaken to climb. Red barrels. Every game has to have those red barrels that explode when you hit them. Like, kind of like an unwritten rule. Moving up the turret to lit the fire. I'm getting Assassin's Creed PTSD right now. Use the torch light an arrow and shoot to ignite the beacon. Interesting. You can do that. And now it showcases the area around you a little bit once the fire is lit. To have like a little cinematic shot. It's a scenery shot. Yeah. Freaking. Wait, Mac Apple Store? Oh, it's coming out of Linux, my bad. I thought for a second this is coming out on tablets and phones. I got scared there for a second. Oof. Linux. Wait, is that not for the same thing? Linux and Mac? Am I mistaken there? You don't have 2 or 3 exploding barrels in your house? How can you live like that? No, it is not. Oh, my bad then. My bad then. I thought that if it's on Mac Apple Store, you automatically have those for Linux system as well. I'm mistaken. Mac and Linux are very different. My bad. Please don't stone me. You said at the timestamp of 1 minute and 2 seconds that there is the rune very up close.
We've lost enough.
There you go. These are the runes that you can see. Maybe you can decipher them, or maybe somebody in the comments can decipher them. But Crimson Desert overall looks like the story-heavy narrative that I would have wished for Dragon's Dogma 2. Definitely a game also that we're going to check out and play and do a playthrough of it. I'm happy that it's coming next year with plenty of time. Plenty of time. Because right now we're starting Pillars of Eternity. But yeah, Mac OS and Linux both originated from Unix to some degree, but far from being the same. Gotcha. Sorry. But yeah, thoughts on Crimson Desert so far, other than the fancy Asian style sparkly sparks. I think the combat maneuver and the hit response needs to get some work on and bacon over on because it feels all over the place at the moment from what I've seen. But that's just my opinion. That is just my opinion. What do you think? Finally, my dear Vikings, we're getting more info on the war sales from Mount & Blade Bannerlords. The new DLC bringing in ship combat and a new faction to the table. Overall, it is planned to come early fall 2025. I hope I get maybe early access to it, or a key at least. Tail Worlds, if you see this, hello! Please send me a wiki. Or to check it out earlier. For those unfamiliar with Mount & Blade itself, it's an open world sandbox where you have directional combat. You know, if you move your mouse up, you attack from the top. If you move your mouse to the left, you attack from left to right, bottom. Same goes with the blocking system. And there's all kinds of simulation going on in terms of the politics, in terms of merchandise, in terms of resources being produced, sold, etc. And you kind of decides what you want to do in that world given by Bannerlord. So either you join an established faction and you help them, or you make your own faction. There's also a storyline going on with Bannerlords itself. It's rather bad though, sadly. But you can either, I don't know, restore the former empire that is very Roman-esque inspired, or go against it. But yeah, it's getting a DLC. It's looking promising. Let's have a look at the nodes. I've not seen this as well before. I've prepared this for you guys so we can watch it together. We're getting port economy, port sieges as well. Boarding combats will happening. We get convoy escorts and raiding, riverborne inland invasions, because you can use the ship to drive up the rivers inland, similar to the Vikings. And there is an Dromontier in terms of ship class. Other than that, that's all I know. Let's have a look at the expansion of Calradia.
Peggy 16.
Oh, this looks good already. Oh, the holes. Gimme. Gimme the map of Calradia. Oh! Oh! Is that a monomorph? It's definitely somehow like a monomorph in my head. This is a monomorph. They got a monomorph for their soundtrack for the video. Nice armor design on them. I'm curious what their strength will be. Probably they're gonna lead with naval combat. Oh, look at that Emperor. Wow, this looks intense. I can't wait to create our Jarl. I'm not sure yet if we gotta do shield and board. Wow. The axles are flying. Is that a reference to that berserker who was protecting the bridge against I don't know how many enemies before they took him down? Nice. Visually, it's looking stunning. The armor sets, I love. The whole laminar armors, great. Nice Nord not statistics. What I wanted to say. Nice Norse aesthetics. There we go. English is hard sometimes for me as a non-native speaker. Shield and spear rifle with sword, full shield maid mode activated. A shield maiden could also be cool if we could play that direction. I think playing as a female is definitely a lot more challenging in Mountain Blades and in politics as well, because that society back then sees you as an chant birthing machine and not necessarily as a gravity-heavy voice in politics. But War Sales from Bannerlord is definitely bringing some nice mechanics to the universe. Yeah, Bannerlord series is going to be a thing as well over here. Maybe even sooner rather than later. We still have the first episode of Sengoku Dynasty, where we have a total Japan overhaul. Feel free to check that out. We might continue that if we get enough views on that video. And also, there is some Game of Thrones sections as well that are out, as well as Warhammer Fantasy that I would like to experiment with and dabble into it. So would you be interested in watching that? Are you intrigued from what you see from War Sales? Is Bannerlord even in your inventory, or is this the first time you see Mountain Blade? And are you intrigued? Because I am. Gods, Death, and Reapers is an upcoming free-to-play action RPG that brings an interesting mix. Think of Diablo-style combat meeting Tarkov. Yeah, I'm talking about Escape of Tarkov. It probably going to be some sort of extraction action RPG where you go into combats, maps, whatnot. Curious if there's going to be PvP involved into it. And I'm curious how far it goes in terms of bringing loot back, progression, if there's permadeath, if you die, it's over. But it's coming, or is right now in a closed alpha. 3.1 is out there yet. Maybe some have been lucky enough to try it out. Other than that, what we know is you're recruited by death to restore the balance in some sort of a Norse realm. Your sanctuary is your hidden hideout where you jump between the missions, where you can trade with other players. And it's kind of like a high-risk run with extractions. Loot is lost on death. There is PvP, PvE clashes. And the studio also plans to go single-player story and co-op PvE missions beyond the extractions as well. People might know them from the game Vulcan itself, an other action RPG that didn't do so well. So maybe they've learned from that and are delivering something new and fresh. The premise or the setting itself sounds intriguing. So let's have a look at it.
You are dead. Not what you imagined, I'm sure.
Plenty of dead over there.
The afterlife you expected is no more. I require talented individuals to salvage what remains. Individuals such as you. Join me, or become one of time's many forgotten. Make your choice.
I was acting if death could have been a little bit more grim. But yeah, you're getting recruited by death, sent back to do his biddings.
I am told this stings somewhat.
The scythe tattoo. And it now turned into physical form.
We have a lot of work ahead of us. Rise, Reaper. Prepare yourself.
I love that there's a lore decision or lore background for why you are jumping through portals into missions and have this kind of extraction style experience?
Initiation begins now.
Let's see if we also get some gameplay show. We can dive deeper and have a look at. Nice, typical action RPG view.
The gods slain.
Nice grim setting.
Danger.
Very bloody.
For you, of course.
Me likes.
Loot as you please. Strip these dying realms bare.
Find
the
those that remain.
Of this realm have not taken kindly to their gods' demise.
With some magic abilities.
They struggle in vain, gripping onto what remains, unaware that their time has already passed. I care not what you do.
There's other Reapers, okay, so there's the PvP section.
As you return with your and my mission accomplished.
And it can fully loot the other one. Oh wow.
You are Legion, an instrument of a larger plan to rebuild my domain. Your sanctuary will become a new afterlife.
Fantastic.
What we build now will restore the balance, restore order.
I can imagine that's the because it's free to play, that the coin will be done then again by buying specific storage rooms or more tabs or whatever. Or cosmetical things, like the approach of Battle Bank cells. Well, 7 Reapers. Interesting setting. Definitely gonna try it out because I'm a sucker for action RPGs. Sadly, often not able to stick with them on stream because for some reason you guys don't seem to fully enjoy it. So far, it is only... Oh, I can request a playtest. Let's do that. Let's straight up request playtest. Maybe we'll get access to it and can try it out and can show you maybe some more. But overall, an interesting setting, interesting mechanics together. I can imagine that some people might not be really happy about the PvP aspect, just like Dragon Lady just mentioned. Looks nice until the PvP. If I cannot avoid that, it is not for me. According to the Steam page, it can be played as PvP, PvE, or co-op PvE. Okay, well, there we go. Co-op PvE sounds good. So action RPGs haven't been my thing since Diablo 2. Is that so, Chaos Cop? Did you play it, although the Diablo 2, and did you enjoy that? Or it's not for you at all? But, yeah. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Pretty sure we're gonna be in Spin to Win character. Or maybe Shield. Looks also good. Shield and Sword, Shield and Spear. Definitely intrigued to check it out and get a feeling for it. What do you think of this mix of extraction looter and isometric experience in action RPG? They also mentioned that there's going to be a story, so you're probably going to enjoy a story narrative as well, besides the mechanic. But I could see quite an entertaining and driving factor with this extraction loot spiel, especially because you're gonna kind of like lose loot, get loot back, and have this cycle of items going back and forth. That I'm intrigued, and that also hooked me with Tarkov, for example. But I could see that a lot of people might hate that approach as well. But then there's enough other action RPGs that you can play if you don't like this approach. So, yeah. Gone. The Blood of Dawnwalker looks quite intriguing from former Witcher creators. It's a single-player open-world dark fantasy setting set in the 14th century of Europe. I think, if I'm not mistaken, in the release trailer, I saw some very Romanian-esque looking like villages and castles. So straight up fell at home being born there myself. You gotta play as Cohen, a newly turned Dawnwalker, a human by day, vampire by night. and you have 30 days and nights to save your family in the Vale of Sangora. So there's some sort of time pressure upon you. From what I've heard, though, it is time progressing in terms of if you do main quests, that progresses the time, and you should have enough time to do side hustles, side quests, explorations, and whatnot. So there's definitely an urge of decision and time with your main questing, if I understood this correctly. Could also be that you have a time frame, and you have to do limited choices and see where you want to go before the time is up and the conclusion happens. So maybe there's a lot of replayability to the game in that sense. I'm also excited to see what the tech will bring, because it's done in Unreal Engine 5. From what I've read, there's some complaints in terms of combat mechanics and how it looks like, because the camera was too zoomed in and it's now a little bit further away for more visibility and maneuverability. And it looks like that there's a mix of war going on. Black Death is quite a thing. And also that vampires start to step into the open. And that the ancient vampire Zante and his blood guards also appearing. Maybe this Xanse is one of the antagonists or main antagonists of the whole spiel. I find the premise interesting between a human guy during daytime and a vampiric guy during nighttime, probably giving you different approaches in terms of playstyle, sneak in and whatnot. And pretty intrigued to traverse through the Vale of Sangora myself and explore the worlds. Curious how much fantasy there is, how much historical accuracy to the locations are, or inspirations, but I think it's rather a fantasy setting and story than something actually historical accurate there. But overall, I'm very excited for this sandbox narrative experience, and let's see what kind of decisions we will do when we play it. But let's have a look at the gameplay trailer, and then also some more footage that we have over here for in which direction it goes, and then maybe we're gonna have a look at the Steam page as well. Link as always for those watching this later in the description down below to the game. Bandai Namco. Quite interesting that Bandai Namco teamed up with them and published. Rebel Wolves. It's actually story-ish. Yeah, I mean, it's very inspired by medieval times.
Monsters have always been here, watching from the shadows.
One quick moment. This definitely should have 4K. There we go. Way better. We want subtitles.
And when we
Let's give you subtitles.
were at our weakest, they came out into the light.
Rebel
We
Wolves,
feared for our
aka
lives.
Real CD Projekt Red.
We should have feared for our souls instead.
Give me straight up Orthodox Church vibes. I don't know. I'm branded by the Orthodox Church. I'm getting PTSD. Forgive my youth in Romania. Nice blood.
Vampires didn't come to kill us.
Jeebus.
No, they came to rule.
Yeah, look at those Slavic vibe structures.
To turn us into mindless, docile cattle. Not me, though. They tried to change me into one of them. But I became something else instead.
Oh, nice traversal at night.
Their worst nightmare.
I wonder what kind of vampires they will be. Will they be the typical, we cannot traverse running water, we're, you know, injured by the sunlight?
Trapped between the two worlds.
It's a Romanian blade.
Fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand the evil behind it all.
He is out there watching, seeping into you.
26th it comes out. Want to chat it in the comments if you think it gets also some Blood and Vines vibes from this. Am I the only one? I think I saw some Romanian grass earlier. Shut up, Golden. Dawnwalker coming 2026 to Xbox, PC, Xbox. Oh, it looks like an Xbox exclusive, but that means also it's on the Game Pass probably day one. So that's a big plus. Let's see.
The Witcher series really did well to capture that sense of exploring a brutal fantasy world as a protagonist who knew how to get their hands dirty. But in the upcoming dark fantasy RPG The Blood of Dawnwalker, a new game from a team of former creatives behind The Witcher 3, it leans further into a morally ambiguous setting as you decide which path its protagonist will take. One that maintains his human form and ideals, or one that embraces newfound powers as a half-vampire. Just ahead of Gamescom 2025, we got an extended walkthrough of The Blood of Dawnwalker from the devs at Rebel Wolves that put a spotlight on the parallel playstyles of human and vampire action RPG gameplay. So far, The Blood of Dawnwalker is putting forth some strong concepts for its take on a dark fantasy RPG that's...
Mihai? Dude, are you Mihai? That's straight up, straight up Romanian name. From the developers that brought you an RPG about playing an outsider in a medieval fantasy setting comes an RPG about playing an outsider in a medieval fantasy setting. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna embrace the vampiric powers for the first playthrough, 100%.
All about navigating two different worlds in cunning fashion.
Tobias!
Part of what makes vampires so compelling as horror characters.
I mean, doesn't this look straight up like Count Dracula's castle?
Is that they can be tragic figures. Having to contend with supernatural forces that potentially put them at odds with humanity is a concept that can be great to explore in video games.
That is true, and it also overall looks quite stunningly.
That idea is at the heart of The Blood of Dawnwalker.
I am life. I am death. I am everything in between.
Set in a supernatural version of 14th century Europe, The Blood of Dawnwalker focuses on Cohen and his vendetta against a powerful coven of vampires. Century Europe.
Was that emblem on that king?
On Cohen.
That cross with the two moons? I mean, the moons things are normally a Turkish thing, an Ottoman thing. But this must be fantasy setting. I don't think there's like historical accuracy over here, but definitely gives me some Romanian times coalition with the Ottomans vibes. What I'm getting here. Definitely confirms Carpathian settings, because around this time we had many different ethnicities, including Saxons.
And his vendetta against a powerful coven of vampires that seek to take over Europe with violence and even some old-fashioned medieval-era politicking.
Whoa!
After Cohen has a violent encounter with the vampire leader Brentius during the abduction of his family, the protagonist develops a special strain of vampirism that transforms him into a half-vampire that can navigate the increasingly blurry line between human and supernatural.
Things will be different now. For all of you.
Our extended preview focused on a quest called A Monk and a Saint.
Let's look at the in the interface. Top there is the day and the time cycle. So it feels like we have a little bit of time pressure. Rescue a family, 22 days left. Okay. I wonder if that time thing moves forward every time we do like a main quest. Behind me hidden is the auto action, top, left, right, bottom. We have an XP bar, HP bar, stamina bar. Okay, very simple. I like clear slides, clear interfaces. The quest things I hope we can take away. I'd rather have like the journal that you open up for quest thingies.
Which saw Cohen travel to the settlement of Svartrau to uncover a hidden tomb, and the town's more nefarious side.
Wait, are you Mihai?
This quest features a round of combat sequences against some foes capable of
So what do we see here? We have some golden symbols on the left side. There's an attack symbol and a block symbol. Reminds me of Witcher 1 combat, where the icons told you when to click next. So I think it'll be a similar thing here to wait for the animation to be over in terms of like cycling in attacks. Let's go back here again.
This quest
To
features
showcase
a
you what I
round
mean.
of
They're
combat
blocking
sequences
down,
against some
blocking
foes
left.
capable of withstanding
Okay, so we have
Cohen's
attack
abilities
directions.
in both his human and
Blocking
vampire
right.
forms. It initially seemed standard
Interesting.
fare for an RPG quest, but where Dawnwalker
Do we need the subtitles? No, we don't.
differs is in how the quest can change depending on the time of day and which form you take on to complete it. The leading narrative hook carrying players forward is the month-long time limit, giving Cohen only a limited period to rescue his family. You can largely advance the day at your choosing, and Dawnwalker doesn't necessarily pressure you to make some time-specific choices. That said, their
Very good.
approach to progression will very much influence the course of events in Cohen's journey, especially with which side of Cohen is taking the lead. Time is essentially a resource that you can spend with each passing quest and activity, and depending on what you do and when you do it. The developers gave us a run of the preview's main quest from two different sides, as both Cohen's human and vampire forms. When playing as the latter, Dawnwalker shifts to a stealth action playstyle, where the protagonist must avoid detection from guards and civilians. Cohen's vampire abilities are also unleashed in this state, allowing players to walk on walls, teleport, and use blood abilities and vampiric claws to cut down foes. And yes, you'll also be able to drain the blood from humans, foe and non-combative alike, for stealth takedowns or outright executions. I was impressed by how much the action and pacing looked like a mix between The Witcher's grand scope and the immersive sim element of Dishonored when seeing Cohen in his vampire form. You can truly leap across
Nice
rooftops
combination
and
with
get the
Dishonored,
jump on
yeah.
some foes, which was very satisfying to see.
Better be quiet.
However, it shows how players will have to grapple with some moral choices, as Cohen, who needs to feed to maintain his vampire abilities during the night, must do. While you can feed on animals to offer some temporary relief, the larger payout comes from human targets. The vampire form looks to present a more direct and action-heavy approach to engaging with the quests. However, Cohen's human form presents an interesting contrast by focusing more on investigation and tactical methods, because
Fair enough, fair enough. That's a very convoluted way of saying we have timed events quests that are influenced by the player's actions. I mean, Vampire sucks. That's exactly what they do after dark. I think what I wanted to say is that you decide how to let time progress and not that the game it pressurizing or pushing it onto you.
Cohen can blend in with others in his human form, there are far more opportunities to engage with the different characters and uncover pathways for success.
I just saw a dude with two horns standing just randomly on the middle of the streets. Either that's a Kunari, shout out to Dragon Age, or the people just accept it. Also, look at his clothing. Man, I think my grandfather had some vest like this. The entire story is a time event? Yeah, you have a month time to rescue family. You probably have to decide in terms of if you do quest A, B, or C, because time will progress and you won't be able to do other things if you go this direction. I could imagine. But in the end, we have to try it and see once we have some proper gameplay at hand on ourselves.
Without the need for bloodshed.
Perhaps the crypt was built over or sealed away?
It was also fascinating to see how the characters react to knowing the vampires are now in control of the region, and that life is, understandably, far worse off. When things pop off, combat shows the stark differences in Dawnwalker's playstyles. I adopted the tactical action approach, which feels like a blend of The Witcher 3's versatile swords and sorcery combat flow, combined with the calculated nature of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2's swordplay. It presents an opportunity for players to feel powerful, where they have to exploit vulnerabilities. In his human form, Cohen relies on his swordplay, along with gadgets and hex spells, to overcome some enemies. Similar to the Outer Worlds, you can pull up a tactical menu to target an enemy to execute attacks that can stun foes or deliver killing blows. Combat gets a bit more hectic when in Cohen's vampire form, which sees him unleash his supernatural blood-based abilities. In addition to his sword, Cohen's massive claws can tear into enemy defenses, and he can pull off combat finishers where he can lay into foes. However, Dawnwalker still presents some challenges with elite foes, such as the human blood guards who have armor and weapons to stand up to Cohen's vampiric abilities, along with some more dangerous monsters and the rival vampires that can overpower the protagonist if you're not careful. An interesting detail that the developers highlighted during the presentation was that players—
Oh no, KCD Combat already got to give it up. It looked like earlier that you have directional combat, left, right, top, bottom. Same with the blocking, left, right, top, bottom. Meaning that we're getting... I would rather see a mounted blades kind of combat style than Kingdom Come. Because Kingdom Come has like a 5-directional combat, if I'm not mistaken. But overall, the premise is quite similar.
Players could make a beeline to the primary goal of the game early on. Think of how players might try to defeat Ganon in the opening hours of The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. However, the team stated that it'll be a challenge to pull off, as the core game is all about powering up Cohen with new gear and abilities. Still, I'll be curious to see if it's possible for players to clear the campaign early on in Cohen's journey.
I could see there a difference in difficulty setting, that easier difficulty settings take maybe away the combat direction, but rather just have you block whenever you need to block and dodge, so you don't have to worry about directions as well. But maybe not. Maybe it's just going to be challenging. There's a very Saxon Streets. Asks, Kormakrtv, guess what I was on Steam watching suggested game queue and I found your VOD for Titan Quest 2. Steam says it's live, but it's not. All the VODs that you see there are looped videos. There's no such thing as live per se on Steam. Steam is very odd when it comes to that after dark. But yeah, I am live on the Titan Quest 2 websites, on their sites. There's my video in the loop for Titan Quest 2. Yeah, yep. Big thanks and shout out to THQ Nordic, by the way. I'm happy that you guys liked my quality of the contents that I produce. I'm guessing the influence is mainly in the western bits of modern Poland that had Teutonic influence.
I wish we had more of an opportunity to see what the larger world would be like, but so far, the Blood of Dawnwalker captures that feeling of navigating two different worlds as a half-vampire, which is a very compelling premise for a role-playing game. Compared to The Witcher 3 or developer Dontnod's Vampire, the Blood of Dawnwalker captures that open-ended freeform nature of classic role-playing games like Gothic 1 and 2, which is exciting to see.
Nice.
Hopefully the full game will be able to deliver on the concept of a vampire RPG with some world-changing stakes. For more on IGN's coverage of Gamescom 2025,
I hope that we're gonna see a lot of story-heavy decisions that we can do throughout the game, and that it will lay out some gravitas, and we're gonna see some changes in the worlds depending on what we do in the game itself. But yeah, the pun, of course, they had to make that one. It's okay. Vampire was better. I had to say that I didn't like the combat of Vampire. Exactly. Combat was meh, but storyline was cool. From what I've tested it. But I also just played it for, I think, 3 hours or so. Max. Something like that. But yeah. Blood of the Dawnwalker looks quite promising, I have to say. And I'm pretty happy to dive into this adventure with you guys as well when it comes out. Do we have a price tag for it already? We don't. Coming soon. It's gonna be next year. And we're definitely gonna visit back when we know more about Dawnwalker. 1348X Vato brings us into medieval Italy. We're in an plagued era. We play as Aeta, a young knight-errant searching for Bianca that got separated after the Bandit raid. It has HEMA-inspired swordplay. It's going to come out early 2026 for PS5, Xbox, and PC. And we're hatched in a political strife between mercenary and zealots. Among the typical pestilence, I straight up got some Plague's Tale vibes from this. And all that's the premise. We want to look for Bianca, our lost friend. I'm gonna come to that vibe after this.
Bianca, where have they taken you? God, hear my vow.
Give me some Jean d'Arc
given me the courage to be myself.
Vibes.
Guide my steps on this forlorn journey. Father, you have taught me honor and respect. Watch upon me now. Let my sword strike true. And those that I have failed today, may I one day be worthy of your forgiveness.
Interesting setting overall. Plague-ridden Italy, where we maneuver around puzzle. Probably going to meet some sort of bandits on the roads that we have to take out. I expect probably a very linear level design and experience. Jeanne d'Arc, thank you. That's the pronunciation, and not pronunciation, the name of the lady I was thinking of. Probably more focused on story and action rather than anything else. But I'm a sucker for medieval stories, so bring it.
Bianca, you are all that is left to me. I shall save you. This, I vow.
Ex voto. That's basically it. What do we know? We're out there to save Bianca. I two thoughts it might be the next Plague Tale, but Renaissance is their next game. True. Girl boss story. Yeah, why not? Plague Tale was a fantastic experience, and I'm totally down for an railroady cinematic medieval vibe with 1348 Ex Voto. And I don't mind. If the game is like a 10-hour very cinematic experience with great combat, great story, I'm down for it. Rather have quality than quantity. I don't mind if a game is short, if it's good. What do you think of Ex Voto, Chad? Any vibes from it? Combat system look kind of quirky as of now, but you know, it's in production. So cannot really tell yet. We don't have... Okay, the release date is going to be 2026 for it. We're playing in medieval Italy, inspired by historical European martial arts. And gonna get a lot of Italian places ravaged by the plague. That we're gonna find out and look for. Did the developers work on any other game? Said Leo before. That is their first game, at least as of Steam's list. Well, 1348 Ex Voto.